Good morning. How was your first night in the coop? Welcome back to the Bramble. We're Kyle and Brenna Boswell, a blended family with 5 young kids, chasing a simpler life and building our dream homestead. We have so much to accomplish this week. It feels daunting, the amount of stuff that needs to get done. Our backyard has turned into a explosion of building materials and chicken poop and kids' toys and everything you can imagine. It's time to take it back. I got a sewing machine for Mother's Day and I finally took it out of the box for the very first time. I have never sewed a thing in my life. This is my very first project, which turns into kind of a not project, but it was good to just get my feet wet with how to use a sewing machine. So that was really fun. This is my first ever stitch on a sewing machine, so please excuse my speed. So the girls are moved into the coop. Here we are inside, but they're having a hard time laying. First, I think they're a little confused. Excuse me, I'm speaking. They're a little bit confused about where they are, but also our nesting box is wide open. So I got this fabric and I had intended on putting up a curtain rod in here, but I think it's easier to just staple it up here. So I did sew some hems on it, but I'm just gonna staple it on here. Look, they're already so excited about it. So hopefully this little bit of privacy, I'm gonna put another one of these over on that side. But hopefully this privacy will help them to be more eager to lay and not be so anxious in here. Right, girls? So here's how that's looking. They're all so excited about it. So hopefully that will make it nicer for them in there. Hi. Leave my toes alone. I just decided to do a freezer clean out because 1, we need to get through all of this food that's just been sitting in the freezer and we don't know what's in there. And 2, I wanted to do a little bit of reorganizing before the school year so that mornings and evenings are a little bit less chaotic. So I got started on it and then I was like, you know what, I should probably film this because I know that this is the kind of stuff that I need to see for the school year. So far I've taken everything out. Our inside fridge is just a really small 2-door, really small freezer on the inside of our house. So far, I have some popsicles down here. I want to do popsicles and things for kids to grab kind of in areas where they can reach them. I have ice packs up here above the ice maker, and then here is where we're going to keep lunch boxes because they have built-in ice packs, so they need to be refrozen every day, and having a spot for them is really important. Otherwise, like last year, I was just shoving it in anywhere I could find a spot and that drove me crazy. So let's try to reorganize. For those who don't know, we do have 5 young kids. We have a 7, 6, 5, 4, 3-year-old. We are a blended family, so that's how we got all of them so close together. Here's where we're at. We have ice packs above the ice maker, lunchbox shelf. Next shelf is for, next shelf is for frozen vegetables. I don't love frozen vegetables, but sometimes they're quick and easy way to get green stuff into your dinner when you're out of time. So I like to buy them when they're on sale. We don't always eat them, so this is a good reminder for me to make sure these are getting eaten. Then we have breakfast, quick breakfast. Obviously we don't always do frozen breakfast, but a quick breakfast shelf and then a quick dinner shelf. And then on the door we have desserts. A little bit of frozen berries, and then the popsicles that the kids can choose from after dinner. So that's that for the inside fridge. Now the big project's gonna be the outside fridge, or the outside freezer. So let's go do that. All right, let's go with an update. So we have the deep freeze pretty much empty. I just have one box in here. So we purchased half a cow or a quarter cow last fall. So I'm wanting to see what we have left. I probably will use bones for broth. This is so crazy. I'm literally finding ribeyes underneath big things of fat that I was like, oh, we're not eating the fat, so I'm not even gonna look in this box. Whole bunch of ribeyes. We definitely want to eat these. So this is really good that I'm reorganizing this, and I found a lot of good stuff in here. Another update on where we're at. So I found an absolute lifetime supply of Otter Pops. So we have a couple birthday parties that we're hosting coming up. Those will be served definitely at them. So not only do I have 1, 2, 3, 4 full huge packs, but this entire basket is also full. Over here, underneath here are soup bones, so those I will use to make some beef stock. These are all the cuts of beef that are, I'm not really sure what to do with yet, or aren't our favorite, like the chuck steak and the sirloin steak. I'm not sure what to do with the London broil, but I'll figure it out. Stir fry, beef stew stuff. I love beef stew, Kyle does not, so that goes in the not so favorite pile. And then before I add anything else on top, so here is the rest of our deer steaks. So Kyle got some deer last hunting season. This is what we have left. We've been through all of our ground stuff, all of our deer sticks. We have only deer steaks left, and I think what I'll do is actually turn this into ground deer. It's really easy for me to mix ground deer with ground beef, and then everyone enjoys it that way. And then I also like to give a try to making our own deer sticks, because everybody loves to eat those. So that's what we'll do with our deer. Over here we have some beef liver and beef neck bones. So not really sure what I'm gonna do with the neck bones. I do want to turn the liver into dog treats, so that will be a project. We have some ribs and a butt that is for smoking. Over here we have our favorite stuff, plus the fish that we need to eat. We've got tilapia, cod, mahi-mahi, and then we have all of our ribeyes, our New York strips, our flat irons, our filet mignons, and then all of the ground beef. We have already eaten all of that as well. I might turn some of this into ground beef too, if we don't get around to using it, but only time will tell. And then I have 1, 2, 3 full boxes of beef. So here's where we ended up. I put in this hard bottom bag that is housing all of our backstock and convenience items. So I've got a backstock of bread, nuggets, fries, the kids like, a pizza for busy nights. I think I need to get some more of these because these seem convenient for organizing this deep freezer. We've got some Pedialyte pops in here. I always like to keep a few bags of ice on hand. You never know when you're gonna need to keep something cold. And then in this freezer bag here, I have all of our onions from 2026 that we grew and processed. So that is it for this freezer now. It's so much easier to grab things, see what we have. I'm really happy about how this turned out. I'm putting together this first round of bone broth with kind of whatever I have on hand. I make another bone broth later in the week with different ingredients, so I'm gonna test out both and see which flavors we like better. But this one has clove and pepper, salt, little apple cider vinegar, and that's kind of it. I wanted to keep it really basic and simple so that you can kind of use it for any recipe. And then here, one of our favorite snacks, ours and the kids, are Perfect Bars. They're so good, so filling, but they are so expensive. So I found a recipe online that's a copycat, and it is gluten-free, so Kyle can have it too. And they turn out incredible. So I've just been making them ourselves and saving the money on the insanely priced Perfect Bars. Although Perfect Bar, you are perfect. You're just too expensive. Speaking of expenses, I am trying my hardest for us to eat at home 7 days a week, and on top of that, I'm trying to make most things we eat from scratch, including all of our bread products. So you will see me later in this video making our hamburger buns. But first, I'm going to make some fresh milled cookies. We have not had anything with fresh milled flour before. Kyle does have a gluten intolerance, so we are testing it for him to see if it's something that he can tolerate. That is not necessarily something you should do if you have a gluten intolerance, but it's something that we are trying, so don't take any advice from us.
Last week, you saw me unboxing the Farmlight door. Nothing wrong with that door. I thought I was gonna have more time and more motivation, honestly, to run power along with like building the chicken coop. But after back-to-back projects of doing the fence and then doing the chicken coop, I don't have the motivation because I still have stuff to get done on the chicken coop, as well as we got to get our fall garden in. So it's just not a priority right now. Eventually we'll run power out here and run power to the shed. But for right now, not worried about it. Before this, my previous house and the house before that, I had chickens. I always use a chicken run door. I really like them. There's nothing wrong with them. This is a newer one. Back when I had them, I didn't even have the app, and I've never had an issue. Never had an issue leaving the house, having to worry about the chickens if they were being taken care of. It always works. And if you're, freaked out about it or you're worried about it, just change the batteries before you go on vacation. There's nothing wrong with these doors. I've never had it malfunction or anything like that. The reason I wanted the Farmlight originally is because we would have Hey, fluffy britches, keep it down. We would have power as like the primary, and then also solar in case the power went down while we were on vacation or something. And then also it's got a little battery backup, so it's got like 3 power sources just in case, which is overdoing it. Not really needed. So we're gonna go ahead and install the chicken run door. That way we have it closing at night. It hasn't been closing. Again, there's nothing right now. I'm not worried about predators. It is the middle of summer here in North Carolina, and I've had chickens for like 7 years, I think. I've had a lot of chickens obviously succumb to predators, but usually that's like around wintertime. There's not a lot of food for the predators, and I've had, you know, coyotes, fox, owls, hawks, raccoons, domesticated cats, feral cats, bobcats, pretty much everything kill the chicken. It all usually happens around the wintertime. Not saying that's the only time your chickens will die or get killed by predators, but I'm not really worried about it right now. And we're also in a pretty good neighborhood. So yes, there's always a chance of predators getting in. We're gonna keep our chickens as safe as possible, but right now we're being kind of lenient, more lenient than we should be. Hopefully it doesn't bite us in the butt, but we'll be fine. All right, I'm gonna install this chicken run door. Where'd I put this in?
So these are trees on our property that we had to cut down in order to make room for the fence and the chicken coop and the shed and the play structure. And we're gonna reuse them and turn them into roosting bars. Reduce, reuse, recycle.
This is what we got so far. 5 roosting poles. The 2x4s are kind of just to stabilize, so it's not too wobbly, but yeah, we'll see if that's enough. I'm thinking I might add this tiny piece right here to this corner. I don't know if you can see that, but let me try that, and then we'll see where we're at on roosting space. Corners already, so we'll see.
I have not yet dived into the world of canning, so I'm going to be freezing this bone broth in mason jars that we can defrost as needed for now. If you have never had anything with fresh milled flour before, the texture and flavor is definitely different than a processed wheat. It is nutty, it is a little bit coarse. The flavor is really good. It's just not what you would expect with a typical cookie or something made with processed flour. It definitely has like an earthier, heartier flavor to it. Now, like I said, we're trying to make everything from scratch at home. I threw together a batch of white sandwich bread for my kids. My sweet husband bought me this super fancy gadget that helps you cut straight slices. The bread is so good, you guys. It's so good. And I just bag it up. I put one loaf in the freezer. I keep one out on the counter, and it's just as good as store-bought, if not better. You've seen us here before. We are so lucky that we have family friends that have a pond, and they let us come and fish and swim, and it's so beautiful, and it's right down the street from our house. We are also incredibly lucky to live directly next to a peach orchard and directly across the street from the farm stand that sells the peaches. So we stopped and got some peaches. So excited to have these. And of course, nothing beats a homemade s'more with your kids. Let's take in the unfortunate view of the disaster of what the yard has turned into. Lumber everywhere, grass having problems, but we're taking it back. We're starting now. Lumber's getting put away. All of the extra pieces, bits and bobs that we didn't use in building getting put away. You know, all the things, we're getting refreshed. This garden bed we used as the brooder for our chickens. So we got, oh my gosh, over 24 baby chicks. We brooded them in this garden bed, and we are taking it back and turning it back into our garden bed so that it is ready for fall planting. It's actually worked out pretty good because the whole bottom of it is, you know, broken down chicken manure and pine shavings, and it's already turned itself into some pretty decent compost. So we are heading to the farm supply later in this day. We're gonna get a couple loads of compost to add on top, and it'll be ready for fall planting. emptied that whole truck all by myself. That was hard work.
Yeah, baby, that's 3,000 pounds of dirt.
3,000 pounds of pure muscle.
You crushed it.
Thank you.
Some wild animal tracks in the garden bed. Wonder what happened there. Exactly like this. Got a hold of it.
So this door was sticking so much that we needed to use a crowbar to open it. How's it now? Oh,
Like a glove.
like butter. So much smoother. No more crowbar.
No more crowbar. You can't even see my wedding ring. Look at this. Looks all the same.
Just a hard day's work.
I'm done.
See you.
It's a good girl. It's a good girl.
Are you the queen? Are you the queen of the Coop? We did it. The yard is refreshed. It is time to get our grass back and get our fall garden going. Thank you guys so much for being here. Please like this video and subscribe for more. Lots coming soon. We appreciate each and every one of you that have watched along so far, and we can't wait to see you again next week. Bye.